Trainer Lori, back again to talk about my stroke journey. It's been almost 2 years since my stroke, and I've been asked by some people to give an update. Again, I'm doing this a little for me, but a lot for anybody else that might be facing a similar journey, either you or your family member. It's good to know what to expect. Then I can tell you in 2 years, a lot of things have happened, a lot of good things have happened, which is wonderful. I would say that in the past 2 years, I have now grown from 20% of my ability, my original ability, to 40%, which is a little disappointing. Every day I go to bed thinking, tomorrow when I wake up, I'm going to be 100% again, because that's what happened. I went to sleep, and when I woke up, I was not 100%. So it's just a little dream. It's kind of gone to the back of my head now. I don't expect it anymore, but it would still be nice, right? I try new things every day, especially in the form of some kind of physical therapy. I don't go to a physical therapist. I just think of everything as more physical therapy for me. So I hold things and I do the things that I was taught before, but I try to use my hands more. And one thing I'm really excited about is that I have enough feeling, especially my little fingers, that I can type. Not like before. I can't do it when I'm in a hurry. I still have to use either one finger, which is pretty fast, or if I have a lot to write, I will still use the dictate option. But if I can go slow, I'm not in a hurry, I can look. I have to still look at my fingers, but that's okay. I can also pick up coins now, but again, I have to look, but I can manipulate them. And that's really small motor skills. So I'm very excited about that. But you understand, it's just a little item. Let's see. Oh, I started playing the piano again. Now, I was never good at it. It was just something I liked to do. And I wasn't that great at it, but I did know music. I'd studied music a lot and played other instruments, but I really like having my electronic piano. And I thought, that's good therapy. So I got it out, and I could actually make things that I had memorized. I could still play them, and not perfectly, of course. I don't want anybody else to hear, but it's really fun. So I thought, I need to get some new books, because all my books were a little too advanced for me, because frankly, I'd almost forgotten how to read music. I have to look at the staff and try to remember, let's see, FACE, that must be, that's a C. It shouldn't be that hard. So I've ordered, it hasn't come yet, but I've ordered a very early beginner adult, because nobody wants to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Stars anymore. So it's adult music, but for the very basic beginner. But how exciting to be able to use two hands together. And for my work, the work that I was doing when I had the stroke, I retired from. Very excited to say that I no longer have to go to work, but I am still the kind of person that has to go to work anyway. So I sit at my home computer, although I do have a travel computer sitting where my old work computer used to be. Every day I work on something, and I make sure that I have a project, and I will spend my entire morning working. Sometimes I'll work later too. And usually I take a 2-hour lunch. I may sit and watch American Idol or something while I'm having lunch, because I tape everything. But the important thing is that I want to. This is fun stuff. So I've been working on a lot of new presentations. I am volunteering with lots of organizations, including my local genealogy society. I'm very excited about that. I am a vice president. I am the vice president, but I also edit the videos, things that I used to do for my paid work. So that's fun, because I'm good at it and I like doing it. So why not, right? So I am working on new topics all the time. In fact, I realized that all my new ones I've completed, and I'm about to give them, and I'm thinking, I need another topic. So I looked at my list of things that I was going to work on, and so I've got 2 new topics that I'm working on, very excited about. And I have given speeches live, which, considering I have a wonky hip and I, look funny and sound funny, although nobody thinks I look funny. Nobody knows. Nobody can tell that I've had a stroke. I know, because I still have to work very hard to make my mouth and my cheek work right. But I do all kinds of little movement exercises. Same way with walking. I realized, because I'm still running, I'm running every morning, and running is actually easier than walking because I don't have to be, go from side to side. When you're running, you're just on a foot. It doesn't really matter. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be such a big problem. Excuse me, my nose always runs. That's a problem. At least I can feel it more now before it gets down to my lip. That I can feel it tickling my nose. But so I had to stand for an hour giving a 1 hour speech. And I have to say, I have a bar stool. I had two bar stools. One was, I have several, but one was a wooden one. And I thought it looked nice. So I took it with me just in case, and I'm glad I had it. But lugging that around all the time is kind of a pain. So the other one I have is a folding bar stool. So I keep that in the back of my car because you never know when you might have to give a speech or stand for longer than you want. And I have a little portable device that I can use. It looks like a stick, like a walking stick, but it opens up into a little, like a camp stool, which is really nice. So I use that. I drove all the way from Florida to Arizona without any issues at all. And I've been doing a lot of exercises for my neck because that's one of the biggest things, is to be able to look and, behind, especially at first, I didn't have that kind of movement. And so I drove there and I drove back, and on the way back, my car died. And so I had to stop and buy another car. And this was in the middle of COVID, right? There was one car on the used car lot at this dealership, and I bought it. And it's really nice, but it's a tank. It's really big. So I feel I can keep all my stuff in the back. No problems at all. No, something that I want to share, because I really had to kind of give it some thought, because I was getting frustrated because I didn't know if I was healing. You can't really tell. It's so small increments. And then sometimes I would have pain or super uncoordinated, and I would think, what in the world is going on? So I kind of paid attention to it and realized it was in waves of 2 or 3 weeks. And it would be healing, periods of healing. First, it would start with pain. And I was thinking about this. When babies feel a diaper that's wet, they cry. Not because it hurts, but to them, it does hurt because they don't know. It's all new feelings. So everything is pain to them when it's new. And then as they get older, by the time they're 3 and just about ready to get out of diapers, they don't cry. It's a nuisance, and hopefully they can even talk by then. But our brains are the same as those little bit. My brain is learning all these new skills. And so when I feel something new, when I have new feelings, it instantly starts off as pain. So that's something that once I understood that, then I thought, okay, I'm going to go through another healing cycle. That's okay. So I know it's not going to stay. Then the next session within that, let's say it's 3 weeks. The second week, I get super uncoordinated because these are all new nerve endings, and they don't know how to work with they don't know how to dance. And so everything is super uncoordinated. When I do my PT, I do my run, my 3 block run in the morning. When I go down to the end of the street, I do PT. So there's something, I think it's called a grapevine, where you take one foot and put it in front of the other like that. Oh my gosh. I do it early in the morning when it's dark because I don't want people to think I'm drunk. Because it's not pretty. It's all I can do to stand up while I'm doing these odd things during that 1 week of the 3-week cycle. And then the 3rd week, boom, I'm better. I'm exponentially better. I can feel slight improvement. And so that's the way my healing has been going. It's very strange, but I'm good with healing. I'm very good with healing. So I can't think of anything else I wanted to say, so might as well do this quickly. I don't want to waste your time, but I do want you to know, and first off, thank you for all the words of encouragement that I've heard. Thank you, I appreciate it. And if you or somebody you know is going through this and you want to share with me personally, I'm happy to hear. Go ahead and leave a comment, and we can figure out a way to contact each other, because I would like to assist anybody that's a little nervous about this journey. And I want you to know that it's okay. It's certainly better. Like I told my friend, I have a friend who's 10 years older than me. She lives next door. Then we're always joking around with each other. And she says, "Oh, I feel so old today." I said, "Well, it's too late to die young." And we both laughed. And she says, "I'm so glad I didn't, because it is fun to be alive. And even if you're old and things don't work right, it's still fun to be alive. And there's so much that I still have yet to do. I promise you're going to see a lot of things from me yet." So thank you all. And unless somebody really wants to know more, this will probably be my last step in the journey that I'll be recording. Thanks. See you. Watch my other videos.